Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Vi, and we'll be continuing the 10-star adventure from the Nightmares campaign. Last time around we've discovered that we can go infinite, not really thanks to our powers, though they do help with closing out the game, but mostly thanks to the fact that we have Mystic Shot for free that draws a champion, and we have Azrael, so that essentially we play the Azrael, which we play the Mystic Shot, and we draw an Azrael, which transforms into a Mystic Shot, and then we go infinite. So by this point I think Vi is going to take a back seat, and Azrael is the main star now. Let's see if things continue this way. We don't need any of these. New student, I'll pick up the new student just so we have one more unit on the board at the start of the game. Affectionate Poro. The last two encounters we've just been able to kill the opponent on the first turn by chaining an infinite amount of Mystic Shots, so maybe we'll be able to replicate it now. Definitely keeping the Mystic Shot, it's going to be free. Okay, no, we just win. There's no way we can't just tutor an Azrael even if we didn't get one at the start of the game. We tutor an Azrael. Let's do... No. I was thinking of whether or not I wanted to draw first, but... What are the odds the opponent has a removal for Azrael? 0 probably in these regions. Or in this region combination, so we can just do this, and now we just start swinging spells at the opponent's units. And we're basically guaranteed to hit a Azrael, yeah. We have one last Vi in the deck. We will probably be unable to kill the opponent thanks to... No, we actually can. We will go infinite. It's going to be a massive pain to get through the damage reduction from the extra plating, but we're going to do it. I would like... No, none of these. We have Piltovan Tailstones, which will allow us to hit... Oh, we're actually in a position where we couldn't go infinite. We hit the last Vi in the deck. No, we can still go infinite. We'll just do this. Doesn't really matter what I pull here. We can go infinite thanks to this last Mystic Shot from the Azrael. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, we have Piltovan Tailstones in the deck, which can generate this Death Ray to get rid of the landmark. The landmark which contributes towards the opponent just taking out half the damage from every source.
They don't know what they're up against. Sure.
But we didn't hit it on this first turn, so we're just going to have to go through this encounter very slowly. I could give the opponent an opportunity to, you know, play the game, do something, but I don't feel like it, because if the opponent had the opportunity to let me play the game, he probably wouldn't let me play the game either. And so we must hit the opponent with essentially 20 or actually 10 Mystic Shots that deal 2 damage each, because their damage is being cut in half.
Sure. Charge!
Actually, more than half. Because thanks to the lethality, what is it? Lethality, yeah. The opponent's Nexus takes 1 extra damage from all sources. But because of the tough, it's actually -1, so it's neutral. And then the damage is half, so it's exactly 2. We're getting there. Should have been nice to have been able to do this before I attacked, but unfortunately I got unlucky and hit the last Vi I had in the deck. I have 3 of them, and now 3 Azraels. Let's just hope I can replicate this against the, well, both the last encounter and the Heart of the Fluffed. Heart of the Fluffed is the real deal breaker. Honestly, if you can beat Heart of the Fluffed safely, you can probably beat the last encounter safely as well. Honestly, I'd prefer not to take any cards here. Guess I'll take the Fury Horn Crusher and just use him as a discard fodder. Welcome Gifts, Evolve, Wingless Sprinkle. Let's pick up the Welcome Gifts. Random keywords are always good. Meditation or Stargazer? How much money do we have? And we have a Stargazer right after. We probably don't have the ability to buy a power here and a power here. We won't have enough money. And especially with a shop there. So maybe this is the first time I go for the right path. I don't know what's expecting me here, but it's probably nothing good. Also, considering how combo oriented my deck is, it's going to be good for us to go ahead and cut cards from the deck. Let's keep the Azrael just in case. Okay, we have Piltovan Tailstones. We don't draw another Azrael here. Okay, that's the second Azrael, that's perfect. How do I want to do this? The opponent, Sleepless Slumber. Would this opponent have removal? Probably. Let's shuffle this Seeger Apprentice back in, draw something else, see if that changes our plan. Not particularly. This will generate 4 cards to my hand. I really want to pass priority back to the opponent. Oh, I want to pass priority back to the opponent, but at the same time I don't want to just click on the button, because I feel like the opponent might just accept that. So I have to place something first. Eager Apprentice first seems pointless because I won't get any benefits other than drawing a spell. I guess we're risking our Azrael. Okay, the opponent doesn't have a piece of removal, luckily for us. Let's do this. This is basically guaranteed to draw an Azrael, unless we get unlucky and draw 2 Vise. Okay, that can happen as well, I guess. Let's do Piltovan Tailstones. This is basically guaranteed to draw an Azrael. Yeah, now we go infinite. We don't even need the last Azrael. Just going to Mystic Shot here. I'm going to... I could develop the Eager Apprentice right now, but I'm going to wait until Ezreal is leveled up. What I want to do with the Eager Apprentice is go back up to 3 mana and then cast the Aftershock to get rid of the landmark, like I was saying. I could have done last encounter, or I would like to have done last encounter, so that way we can start burning the opponent's Nexus for full damage, and we don't have to worry about wasting damage.
They don't know what they're up against.
That's an Ezreal level up,
Oh, that's a good one.
and then we hit that there.
That in class. Wow, did you see that?
And we probably have more than enough, but let's just get rid of the Twisted Catalyzer so the opponent has nothing on board that interferes with what I'm about to do.
And learn. Can't stop me. I learned that in class.
Nice.
And Ezreal is victorious.
And then we get... Well, I guess this is an incentive to cut the Augmented Clock Link from the deck. I was considering what cards should I cut. That just makes stuff easier. No, unfortunately we don't want Poros. They just don't synergize with our game plan. The Dread. It can be problematic if the opponent just curses all of our units with terror. I guess I just have to get lucky and not hit the terror on important cards. Do I do Ezreal first? We don't have access to the... Guess I can do this. I don't have access to the Piltover Tailstone, so I won't be able to get rid of the extra plating. This can give me access to the Piltover Tailstones though. The opponent has 6 mana. He can have removal. Guess I can do this. This cycles my cards while also giving priority back to the opponent. Let's see what he does first. Let's not release something relevant. Do I go for Ezreal now? I guess I have a second Ezreal in hand, so sure. Even if he removes the Ezreal here, and I'm forced to, you know, not go for a one-turn kill,
Firing.
this is still fine. My hand is full, so unfortunately for the opponent, he will never be able to give me any more terror. That's our second Vi. We have one last Vi in our deck. I can probably level up the Ezreal to act as a... Nah. I was considering leveling up the Ezreal to act as a sort of way to go past the extra plating, but it turns out it's unnecessary because I hit the Piltover Tailstones, and now we're guaranteed Ezreal's every cast of the Mystic Shot. So the opponent's just dead here. Let's get rid of that.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a source of terror gone. Ezreal's leveled up, so now I start burning the opponent's nexus.
I learned that in class.
Let's just get enough impact and deal enough damage to the opponent's nexus that we can comfortably close out the game, and then we'll just swing.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's like we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically every game gets decided on turn 1.
I learned that in class.
Let's sit that one last time, because that gives that unit one more impact. Can hit there. Yeah, 85 damage. Surely the opponent doesn't stop that with just 2 mana.
I knew we had it all along.
Also, that one trapper guy was talking way too much. I just wanted to end the game so I could stop hearing him. Poro Cannon. Eye of the Storm. Let's pick up more Poro Cannons. The Eye of the Storm is a very good card. Okay, so definitely want to cut that. The Fury Horn Crusher. Luckily we haven't hit him a single time. We have 53 cards in deck. We're cutting the Augmented Clockling. We go down to 300. We win this encounter, we go up to 400. We can buy an Epic Power from the Stargazer. That's fine. We have 49 cards in deck. This deck doesn't feel consistent, but we've been hitting our combos so often. It might just be because all of our pieces of card draw, tutor, specifically champions or spells. Okay, we might have hit the worst hand possible. Oh, we have one Mystic Shot in hand. Let's drop down the Ring Poro, see if the opponent takes the bait and uses removal. Okay. Blessed Breath, the Veteran Investigator for something better. That's not something better. Mystic Shot that thing down for something better. That's an Ezreal. I would like it if the opponent could, well, get rid of my units. Because I want to do Shimmering Mirage on the Ezreal. I could just attack. The opponent has 3 mana. You likely can't kill the Ezreal with spells, but I think the board space matters more. Because we can go Ezreal, that tutors a spell. That's not the spell I wanted. I was fully intent on using Shimmering Mirage. I guess I will do this. Candlelit Prayer. Please give me the spell I want. I want a Mystic Shot or something that tutors a champion. That's not it. Ezreal. Ezreal tutors a Mystic Shot. I draw Miriam. Can't really... I probably can't kill the opponent's entire board, but at the very least I'll be able to get rid of the Morgana. So that's one less problem. Yeah, that's our last buy. I'll keep the Quicksand, I suppose. It will help get rid of the Mordekaiser champion spell. This is the worst showing this deck has had so far. Gloom. Let's rummage. We don't need this. We won't need the Poro Cannon either. That hits our last Vi, if I'm not mistaken. Or not last Vi, last Ezreal. So now we can just go infinite. Yep. Let's get rid of that. It's fine. Let's get rid of that. I'll go ahead and get rid of... how do I want to do this? Let's get rid of the shackles. Let's refuel all our spell mana. He plays something? No, it just pulls. It's fine. I take one, but I don't care. Even if he gets a second Mordekaiser. He can actually go for Mordekaiser's champion spell. He has enough mana for it. I'm actually going to do this. Now Ezreal is leveled up. I just want to see what he does with his remaining mana. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Now he no longer has mana for Mordekaiser's champion spell. That was my main concern, honestly. With Mordekaiser's champion spell no longer a concern, I don't have to worry about Ezreal dying and my game plan being compromised.
I learned that in class.
I can just do this. In fact, I can kill the opponent even faster. He released the Eager Apprentice. That means I can do this, go up to 3 mana. Which means I do this, get an Aftershock. Where did that go? Wait, where did... There it is. For some reason it bugged out and disappeared from my hand. Okay, Aftershock. There. We get rid of that champion spell. Or that landmark. No more extrapolating for the opponent. So now he's at my mercy. And I can just burn him to death. By keeping up the barrage from the Ezreal. Maybe I should be targeting his Nexus directly. This so far is dealing 6, this deals 14. Okay, it's better to just target his Nexus directly then. Well, sorry opponent, I won't interact with you for the rest of the game. Should have played around this, to be honest. There. Game over. Even in a bad situation we were able to salvage things. But we won't get a free turn against the Heart of the Fluff. Pharaoh's Financer, Avaros and Marksman. I guess Avaros and Marksman just because it's something that draws and targets. So it's basically synergistic with our deck. We have 400. When you summon a created unit, granted augment. Guess it's better than nothing. Sneaky Zibbles. Second to last... No. I don't know. The encounter before... The encounter that is before the last encounter, whatever. Throw the gotcha. Built of Until Stones gets us exactly what we need. And so does Mystic Shot. Okay. With a Vi in hand, we have everything we could possibly ever want. The opponent starts off with 7 mana, but what's 7 mana when you can't even interact with my game plan? That's our last Vi. Let's do this. We'll burn one Ezreal, but we don't even need all of the Ezreals. Flashling Stellacorn. Just shuffle this back into the deck. Draw something better.
Time for a true display of skill.
And now we can start tutoring Mystic Shots. Actually, no, we can't. We still have one more Vi in the deck. It's fine though. We can do Eager Apprentice. And then we built of Until Stones. This gives us the Ezreal first. Yep. Before the rest of the cards. So yeah, now we just comfortably Mystic Shot down all the cards in the opponent's board. And he cries. Ooh. And since this... Oh no, it was not because the Ezreal was created. It's from the welcome gifts. Well, this is kind of lucky anyway. Because it means that if the Ezreal growing, he's going to deal a lot more damage to the opponent's Nexus. Just targeting the opponent's units so that Ezreal levels up every time. And now that we know that leveled up Ezreal overall deals more damage to the opponent's Nexus, I might as well just start doing this. Since this deals 7 instead of the regular 3 damage that we would get from just pointing the spell at something on the opponent's board instead of at his Nexus. This is more than enough. There. Survive this opponent. We can probably just Mystic Shot down a Heart of the Fluffed if we need to. Well, we won't be able to if the opponent decides to attack first. But still. Elixir of Skill Static Shock. Jump Wump with blue buff. More card draw. It's a bit more relevant than the Jump Wump giving us more spell mana, which I feel like we have enough already. This increases the consistency of our game plan. Do I keep the Ezreal? I'll keep the Ezreal. Worst case scenario, I'll go for a full price Ezreal. Best case scenario, I'll use this Ezreal as a Mystic Shot instead. He gets a Heart of the Fluffed. Honestly, I don't want the Heart of the Fluffed to have the Spell Shield keyword. Makes it harder to deal with that. Never mind, the opponent decides he wants to do Fabled Poro to mess up my game plan. You know what? Screw you, opponent. You have 3 mana. I seriously doubt that you'll be able to do anything relevant that will threaten me. So I'm just going to drop down the Ezreal here.
Don't blink or you miss me.
And yeah, we have enough. We have enough to the point where we can safely tutor into or tutor through all of the Vi's we have in the deck. But before we do that, I want to draw one of them first, before I go for Piltover Tailstones. I would like to empty my hand a bit more, and I would also like to get rid of the extra plating. Can I do both this turn? If we get unlucky, we burn an Ezreal here. That's the problem. I think I just have to go through the extra plating. Actually, no. We can do this, go for the gotcha. This adds a unit to my hand. I'll do this a couple more times. The Mystic Shot. At least until I get another Vi. And then I'll pull the trigger on the Piltover Tailstones, because it's guaranteed that I'll draw an Ezreal because it's the last champion in my deck. And I burned the last Ezreal, but it doesn't matter, because the opponent's out of, well, everything. He doesn't have mana, he can't interact with what I'm doing. So, and I have enough mana to go for the Aftershock to get rid of the landmark. And now I can just do this. Burn the opponent down. It's not normally that this happens where the support champion becomes the main focus, but I'd say it was a half and half effort. I did carry a lot of the encounters on the first map and half of the second map, and Ezreal just brought it home. Let's do this like this, in this order. Doesn't really matter as long as the Sparing Student connects with his 34 impact, but it was the most optimal way to strike the opponent's Nexus. Turns out I was worried for no reason. I figured we would struggle a lot with Vi, but I suppose getting a support champion that helps mitigate my concerns was just luck. I can't really chalk it up to anything else. Toss this. Toss this. Keep the 2 sources of card draw, I think, because the Piltover Tailstones is a champion, and Rummage can be used to throw away bad cards that I don't need. The opponent starts off with 8 mana. I have 2 champions in hand. Let's Candlelit Prayer the other Candlelit Prayer away. Yeah, we don't need 2 of them. That's a good hit. Let's Mystic Shot one of the Poros down. I don't really think the opponent will have a lot of interaction. That's our second Vi. Let's get rid of this thing while it's small. We can probably get away without killing the landmark. I don't think we'll be able to do so, at least. The opponent no longer has any mana, so at this point we're on our own in terms of what we want to do. And I think what I want to do is Ezreal. He draws Mystic Shot. This is basically guaranteed to draw my last Vi and the last Ezreal that I need to complete the cycle. Yep. And now that that's done, we have an infinite amount of Mystic Shots. Now the real question is, do I just want to throw stuff at the opponent's units and win the game this turn? Or do I let this game go on for more than this first turn in order to spare my wrist and all this clicking that I'm doing? Honestly, considering how unfair this opponent can be... Oh right, he doesn't take damage as long as he has champions on board. So yeah, I do have to, at the very least, get rid of the Poro King and the Zoe. Does he have an... Okay, doesn't have another Zoe. That's 2 Zoes down at least. But it's going to be a pain to just go through every single instance of damage. Wait, why is the opponent taking damage now? As long as the foe has 2 plus champions. I thought it was just a single champion. Guess I was wrong. It's 2. This is only 2 damage though. Let's get rid of the... And this is 1 damage. Let's get rid of the Poro King. And I think I'm passing priority to the opponent. He fills up his entire board. Maybe this is a blunder. Okay, no. It's not a blunder. Right, we have the extra damage of the sparring student. I completely forgot about that. We have the impact to close out the game, so I don't even really need to go through every single point of health the opponent currently has. I just need to get him low enough. The damage is going to be halved, so I do have to watch out for that. $49, $47. This goes down to 45. This deals 20. This deals 5. So it's still not enough. Yeah, it's going to take a while, even just the candlelit, or not candlelit prayer, the impact on the sparring student. Half of 48 is 28. Is at 39. Half of 50 is 25. 25 plus 5. Then again, this... They also have attack, right? So this deals 67. Yeah, we have enough. I was way too tunnel visioned on the impact. Honestly, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, combo decks really seem to shine in this adventure. It was the same thing with Lux. We ended up doing pretty well, even if we did end up getting saved by the determination. But yeah, even through the damage halving of the landmark, we just killed the opponent. That was a very good showing, honestly. Mostly of Ezreal. But what matters is that we won. So yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.